Good morning, everyone. My name is Miss Gienelle, and I am going to tell you a story entitled The Healer. Ladies and gentlemen, do you know who the greatest healer in the world is? His name is Jesus. Wherever Jesus went, people had already heard about him, and they followed to see and hear him. One time, he took a trip on a ship, and when he landed on shore, many people crowded around, wanting to be healed. On this day, a man named Jairus came to Jesus and wanted to speak to him. Jairus was a leader of the synagogue. That is, he was a religious leader and an important man. When Jairus saw Jesus, he fell at Jesus' feet, knowing that Jesus was God. Jesus could tell that the man was very sad. Jairus said, "My little daughter is sick and at the point of death. I pray you, Jesus, to come and lay hands on her, that she may be healed and live." The little girl was 12 years old. As Jairus walked along with Jesus, many people gathered around, each one wanting to be healed. There was a woman who had been ill for a long time. As she followed Jesus, she said to herself, "If I can just brush against Jesus, if I can just touch the hem of his garment, I know that I will be well again." Nearer and nearer she got. And sure enough, when she touched the master's cloak, she could tell that she was made well. Jesus knew what she had done. He wanted her to tell about it. He said, "Someone touched me." Jesus turned to look at the woman, who was now afraid and trembling. She fell down before Jesus, telling how it was she who had touched him and had been healed. Jesus kindly said to her, "Daughter, your faith has made you well. Go in peace." Such crowds of people there were, each one wanting to be near Jesus. Jairus, I am sure, felt glad that the woman was healed, but he must have hoped that Jesus would hurry to his house. After all, Jairus' little girl was at the point of dying when he had left, and he knew she would not live long. Still, Jairus had faith in Jesus. As they walked along, a messenger came toward them. Did the messenger bring good news or bad news? "Your daughter is dead," said the messenger. "Why should you trouble the master further?" The little girl was dead. Jairus was afraid. Was it too late? He knew Jesus could heal, but could he bring the dead back to life? Jesus turned to Jairus, and he said, "Don't be afraid, only believe, and your daughter will be made well again." Did Jairus dare to believe it? Could it be that his daughter would live even though they had said she was dead? He did believe Jesus. How anxious he was to arrive home and to see about his daughter. Near the house, Jesus stopped the crowd of people. Only Peter, James, and John were allowed to go into the house along with the girl's mother and father. As they neared the house, they could hear a great noise, as if many people were already there, weeping and crying out in their sorrow. Everybody cried. Then Jesus walked into the house. He said, "Why are you making all these weeping? The girl is not dead. She is just asleep." Jesus knew what he was going to do and that the girl would, in a few minutes, be alive again. The people did not understand, and they did not believe. They laughed and made fun of Jesus. Everybody laughed. Well done, everyone. Then Jesus went in where the girl was lying. Reaching over, he took her hand and said, "Little girl, I say to you, arise." The little girl's mother and father looked to see what would happen. Immediately, the girl was alive. How surprised they all were. How happy her mother and father were. I am sure they hugged and kissed her and thanked God for this wonderful thing. Jesus had brought their daughter back from death to life. Luke chapter 8, verses 41 to 46. Now, who can remember the age of the little girl? Joel.
Well,
What a nice answer. Who else were allowed to go into the house along with the girl's mother and father? Shane. Good job. Everyone. Jairus did not give up when the messenger came and told him that his daughter was dead. Jairus still had faith in Jesus. If Jesus did not heal her before she died, he could bring her back to life again. There are many disappointments in life, but we must remember that God is always in control. He can help us to do what we ought to do. We must ask God to show us the best way in life.